boxing fans, over here with Coach Noel Callen.
Hey.
Hey, it's a privilege to be in here over here, and Dimitri's gym. How you guys feeling over here?
We're good. We've been treated really, really well in New York. Really, really well. Both times myself and Hannah have been to America. We've been treated really, really well. This time specifically really well. We've come here to prepare for Hannah's IBO world title fight on the 15th of June. Things are going perfect. I couldn't ask any more as a coach.
Hey, I can tell that right now. I've been part of the training camp, watching how she trains, and hey, I don't think nobody as a man wants to be in the ring with her.
Not this time.
How you rate her power in order that when she hits the mitts?
So what a lot of people forget is they look at Hannah's record and they'll say she doesn't hit that hard. She's only got one stoppage. But I think if you ask any of the girls that she's fought and any of the girls that she spars, even though that's some bigger gloves, they'll all say that Hannah's got a right hand like a sledgehammer. And as with a lot of combat sports, particularly in boxing, it's all about timing. And all the fights that Hannah's had so far to date, she's been learning. And she's getting better. And each fight, a different version of Hannah turns up. Each time, she's improved. When we were in New York the first time, she fought Alicia Napoleon for the 168 world title. She put on an epic performance at that time with her experience, and Alicia rightly won the fight. Some people ringside said it was fight of the night. Then we went away, we worked on that. She then got the fight with Krista Shields. We did that at 160 pounds. And as it turned out, that turned out to be a very good fight as well. And her footwork had improved. This time she's fighting for a world title at her own weight, 154 pounds, at home in Scotland, headlining a TV card. I believe she's too strong and too big for most of the 154 girls out there today. And hopefully on June 15th she'll prove that.
Wow, it's very amazing to see her, that how she's dedicating herself in order to conquer greatness. She's been working hard for this. For you guys that you've been working, she's a boxer, you're the coach. How's the relationship? Is it stronger?
As with all coaches and fighters, it's strained sometimes. You saw it today. She's in week 6 of her camp. She's getting to the point where she doesn't want to train anymore, but she wants to fight. And this was session 2 of the day. She'd already done a strength and conditioning this morning. She's pushing everything to the max. And she couldn't work any harder right now. She couldn't work any harder. And come June the 15th, what I've got to say to the American girl is you might as well stay home, because it's going to be welcome to Glasgow. And that's all I want to say.
It's going to be war in the ring, and eventually everyone that actually is going to support her, it's going to be, it's going to be an amazing fight. And how does it mean this fight if she's fighting right now in her own town?
So when Hannah wins on June the 15th and becomes the IBO Super Welterweight World Champion, she'll be Scotland's first ever female professional boxing champion, ever. So no matter what happens after this fight, no one will ever be able to take away that little bit of history from her. And I think Lana Muir, the triple gold medalist athletics girl from Scotland, said when she won double European gold recently, she said, "You can't come to my town and you will not beat me. I will not be beaten in Scotland." And we fought in Scotland twice now, and twice she's put on epic performances. A 57-second stoppage, and she won the WBC silver middleweight title. Scotland is good to us. We've left no stone unturned.
I know the female boxing world is coming stronger. I've seen, some of the networks that they've been putting, females, fighting in different weight classes. But what else do we need to do, or it needs to be done in order that we can see more fights like this and support their movement? They deserve that.
More TV fights, as simple as that. Matchroom USA and Eddie Hearn from the UK, he's done a really good job. I think every Matchroom USA card out here in the States has had a female world title fight on it of some description. The one next weekend, or this weekend coming even, Jessica McCaskill's trying to unify the super lightweight division. She's a great fighter, by the way, shout out to her. They had Heather Hardy on the card. Hannah's been on the card with Carissa. So I think out here it's getting a bit more traction. Back in the UK, it's starting to come alive with the likes of Hannah, Chantal Cameron, Terry Harper. And we're getting there. Savannah Marshall's on Channel 5 in the UK this weekend. So it's slowly but surely TV companies are putting us on TV, and that's what it is.
We definitely have to, show them the respect, and also say that we have to support more them in order that, we see more events like this, as you mentioned, put more fighters, and I think it would be great for the sport, and the females, they will feel more like, okay, they're supporting us, we gotta continue,
I think the biggest problem is the talent pool depth. You can only beat what's put in front of you, and there's such a big gulf from the top of the food chain to the bottom of the food chain. So, like a lot of the female game is completely different to the guys' game. You'll hear me and a lot of female coaches saying this, and a lot of people say to us, "Oh, but it's different. If Hannah could have had 10 learning fights, that would have been great. But there wasn't. She took on the European number 6 in her debut, which would never be heard of as a guy. That just would never happen. So she's had to learn as she goes along. And sometimes it's worked out really well, and sometimes it hasn't. She said when she first started this that she wasn't too fussed about what her record was, that she wanted to win a world title. And Scotland's got behind her. BBC Scotland's got behind her, so she's going to be on TV. And I believe in 24 days we achieved mission 1. And we complete something that a lot of people said couldn't be done. And I think a lot of female coaches feel like that. I'm sure Rick Ramos, Jada Mack's coach, I'm sure he probably felt the same way up until the point she won the WBC Super Lightweight champ. They always believed as a team that they would do it. And a lot of people said, oh, it won't happen, it can't be done. And it's happened. And they're now making another big fight on the zone. So the money is there, we just have to get the fan base interested. And by that, I think a lot of the top girls are wary about fighting each other. Same as the guys, to be fair, but it's more noticeable because there's less of them. So a lot of the guys, I'm not going to say avoid people because that's disrespectful, but politics get in the way, and sometimes not always the best fight the best. And in the girls' game, some of that has also happened, but it's more noticeable because there's less of them.
That's true.
So I think the promoters just have to get behind it, and the TV companies just have to invest some money. And as they've said, they'll lose money to start it. They probably will, let's be honest. But every business, when you start it, you lose money.
You lose money in the beginning.
Yeah. So they have to invest in order for it to grow. So hopefully that happens.
We're hoping that everything, that this movement is going on, it gets successful in the future, and eventually we gotta support it. In my behalf, I support, this movement, because I see how they train. I see how they, they come over here and they do their sacrifice, they pay, their dues and everything. But at the same time, they risk their lives too.
Yeah. And the girls' game, there's a lot of pioneers, like Carissa Shields. Yes, I've been in the opposing corner, but I think she's an amazing fighter. She trains just as hard as the guys. Both her and Hannah agree 3-minute rounds would help. And they train just as hard as the guys, if not harder. There'll be a lot of guys that I would imagine would find it hard to keep up with some of the stuff those two do in the gym. I know Carissa for the Christina fight went away to Colorado to train again, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of guys that wouldn't have been able to keep up with her. I know Christina Hamer quite well, and I know she also trained really, really hard. So they deserve to get the same as what the guys get. I know there'll be a lot of people out there who'll get crucified for saying that now, but it's true. They don't train any less, they don't bleed any less, they don't risk their lives any less, so they should be paid the same.
Well, let's continue supporting, the fighters, everyone. Actually, let's continue, every partner. Let's say whoever team it is, whether it's USA, Russia, or any other country, we just gotta support our teams, right?
Absolutely. It's like we've come out here and I fought Alicia Napoleon in a 10-round slugfest, 10-round war. And yet yesterday they were in the gym helping each other up. And it's probably the only sport in the world, boxing, male or female, where you can punch someone for real for 12 or 10 rounds and then go and work with that person in order to get better. So it's everyone has to stick together. It's slowly getting there. Slowly getting there. We all want the same thing. And I think actually, which you may not remember saying this, but Krista Shields said to Hannah after the Napoleon fight, she said, rivalries aside, we all want the same thing. And it's true. It's true. Rivalries aside, every female fighter, every female fighter's coach, every female fighter's manager, every female fighter's promoter wants the same thing. The sport to be treated the same.